You are the CM901 and only. No gun I'd rather use. Well, it's not completely accurate, but never mind. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I'm Major92, the Shaman a Gaming, and we're back again with the Modern Warfare 3 gun reviews. This is the 4th assault rifle in the series, the CM901, and it's actually quite a strange weapon. It's sort of a really sort of basic and average weapon that in, at different times of the game, before and after patches, it's had its upsides and its downsides, and it's sort of been taken out as a really viable option, because for those of you who don't know, this gun, before there was, I think, maybe two to three patches, possibly, or it might have been during the first two, I'm not sure. There was actually, most people will probably know this, but for those of you who don't, it was actually a sort of glitch type thing, if you can call it that, where if you put an underbarrel attachment like a grenade launcher or a shotgun onto the CM901, it raised the rate of fire on it. And it was quite a big deal, actually, because this gun fires quite slowly, and since that, it's another gun that, in a way, there's not much point in using it unless you're trying out all the guns, or you're doing a gun review series similar to me. But, before that, it was a really viable option because it was given a boost to sort of, counteract some of the better weapons and to really stand up against them. Whereas now, it's sort of slipped back down the pecking order, for fully automatic assault rifles especially. I still think it's probably better than a couple of them, or maybe one of them, at least. But it doesn't really come close to the ACR or the SCAR, I'd say. So, that's basically my opinion on what the weapon sort of does in this game, and the sort of position it sort of takes up. Now for some sort of insight into what I think you should really use with the weapon. To be honest, I think this gun, it shines with a suppressor. In this game I've got a red dot and a suppressor because, to be honest, it's not the best option, because this gun, especially if you're not using a suppressor, probably has more recoil than some of the other assault rifles. And but the iron sight's really manageable, so you don't really need a sight. The iron sight's like a sort of wider version of the ACR's iron sight, I'd say, if I was to compare it to anything. But yeah, it's probably got, I'd say a lot, but it's got quite a bit more recoil than some of the other assault rifles, and it's not as good an option if you really want to be accurate. So kick is a really good choice. In this game, as you can see, it works out well. It's good if you stay off the radar when you're using this, because obviously it's not as fantastic as some of the other assault rifles, so you don't want to be really being caught with your pants down with your willy hanging out, really. So yeah, it's probably good to use a suppressor, and I think that's really what complements it anyway. It takes the recoil right down, and to be honest, I don't know, a lot of the time you don't really notice the slow rate of fire. It is a decent weapon, I just don't think it quite stacks up against some of the better ones. So there definitely is more viable options. Yep, in this game I've got the 2 attachments, red dot, suppressor. That'll probably do you well, and if you're running kick, you pretty much won't run into too many problems, unless you run into somebody who's using the better weapons, which, is very likely, because everybody loves to run their ACR and the Type 95 and, the SMGs, especially if you get up close with an SMG guy with this. You've not really got that much chance, because it fires so slow, especially when you've got it suppressed. It's probably going to take another full bullet to kill somebody, maybe even a headshot bullet. So, without the headshot, it might take 2 more bullets. So, you're going to sort of want to be trying to stay at longer range. The suppressor taking down the recoil help you out there. Stay off the radar and make sure you've got the shot before you take it, really, because it's, you know, it's not very good up close with or without a suppressor. So I would suggest running it. Other than that, you know, this gun's really basic. You know, it's similar to the M4 in that it's basic, although I think the M4 is even probably better than this, because it's got less recoil and I think it's slightly more powerful as well. But other than that, you know, there's not really too much more you can discuss with this. There's a little host migration there. You just have to beg my pardon. It seems to happen quite a lot. At least must be intimidated by my excellent skills. No, I know how these videos. You know, I probably, well, anybody watching these will probably judge me from these videos, but honestly, don't. I sort of get these videos and a lot because I've been getting so frustrated with some of the worst weapons. Even when I'm doing videos with the good weapons, I just get fed up quite quickly, and you know, I just want to get the video out as soon as I can and as quick as I can. So, you know, I probably could have had better gameplays in some of these videos, but you know, I don't know. I just like to use the videos that really display how to use the weapon, sort of, you know, not outstandingly, but just regularly, and have a decent game. As long as I have a decent KD in the game, I'll use the video. I'm not really minded by that. And away from that, as you might have noticed, I've got this new thumbnail. I've just sort of learned how to really create them and how to use them without having it involved in the video. So please leave your opinion on that, because I think it's a bit of a step forward. You know, it's much easier to get your videos noticed if you've got a sort of a thumbnail that stands out, and I think this is quite fairly viable. I've got some series coming up in the near future. I'm thinking of doing a series called Rolling Back the Years, where I play some old games, you know, some really old games through, you know, the PC and then some old like COD games, and just tell me what you think of that, if that's a good idea or not. Idea or not, and I'll get that cracking as soon as I finish this gun review, which, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, I can't wait to finish. I've never been the biggest fan of Modern Warfare 3. I get frustrated very easily playing this game. So I still enjoy, you know, you trying out all the different weapons with all these different attachments and such, but, you know, I won't be looking back too much once I finish this. So that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned something from it. Like I said, give me your opinions on the new thumbnail type thing, and whether you think this Rolling Back the Year series is a good idea. So that's the end of the video.